gonna apologize right now because this video is probably gonna be a little bit longer than what you want to watch. However, it's Bodywork, and there's no real good way for me to show you how to do stuff quickly. So Bodywork just takes time. It's not something you're gonna do in a couple of hours. Generally, you've got wait time, you've got cure time, you've got sanding, you've got resanding, reapplying. It is what it is. But here we go. Here's the video. Hope you like it. Okay, as promised, we are back with part 2, and I'm just going to show you my process. I don't know if people want to see it or not, but this is the video. So I'm going to show you my process on how I do some of this body work, and you can follow it or don't, probably don't. And all I'm using is just a regular old Harbor Freight palm sander, nothing special, not using a DA or anything like that. Right now I've got 80 grit sandpaper on here, just the hook and loop 5-inch pad, and my goal at this point is to just knock all this big stuff down. You're not gonna get your body work done in one coat of filler, so just don't even try it. Biggest thing is to get it knocked down, get it flat. If you're wanting to do this professionally or do an actual good job, you know, use a block, hand sand it, blah blah blah. I ain't about that. So that's just not how I work. So it's gonna get noisy. Maybe I'll throw some music or something in here and drown some of that out. But I'll just show you what I'm doing. First thing that I want to tell you is ignore the. A lot of times we wanna put a lot of pressure on like an outside edge. This is flat. We want our panel to be flat. This is a flat panel, so hold it flat, okay? And you don't have to push on it. Just let the grit of the sandpaper do its thing. You'll be amazed. And I'll show you some tricks in order to see if you've got some divots, especially on a flat panel like this, and where you need to fill to get the best job that you can. If you're a hack like me, I am definitely a hack, and shouldn't even be doing a how-to, but I'm just going to show you anyways. So let's get going. Now, what you're gonna want to not do is try to, I don't know if you can see, I'm sure you can see it. This is actually a low spot. Okay, so since I was keeping the pad flat, now we've got a low spot. So you see where it did not get sanded. What you don't want to do is go in there and sand it to where it's smooth. You need to be able to see that. So and then you know, I can see where we've got a little bit of that fiberglass matting that's down there. That's fine, because we're going to put a whole nother coat on here. But what I wanted to do was see pretty much primarily where I want to add filler. Okay, I'm not going to add filler where I don't need filler. This stuff's like 45 bucks for a gallon now. So you don't want to overuse it if you don't need to, because then you're just going to spend more in sandpaper and everything else. So and then I've got, like I said in the last video, use your fingers, guys. Use your fingers, and you'll be amazed. Your eyes will deceive you. So use your fingers, and you're going to feel the divots. You're going to feel the bumps. You're going to feel the ridges. You're going to feel all those things. And if you can feel it, you're going to see it. So just understand, if you feel it, you're going to see it. I'm gonna go up here and get some of this sanded down. We're going to mix up some filler. I'll show you how to do that, at least how I do it and how I apply it. Okie doke, well, we got our Bondo here, so let's open this up. Brand new can. Out comes the cream. Pry this open. Alright. And of course, that's how much you get in there. Can like that, that's how much you get. Shrinkflation, call it what you want. I call it BS, but whatever. So, find my find a cute little thingy, throw some on. Now, you always want to make sure that you need KNEED or KNEAD, that you squish the hardener. Did I really just leave that sitting in there like that? This is why I'm not a big channel. Anyways, I do stuff like that. So, take your hardener, and we're gonna squirt way too much. Seriously, way too much. But we're gonna do this the wrong way. If you put too much hardener in there, it's gonna harden up way too fast on you. So that's probably what we're going to be dealing with. I'm probably using too big of a squeegee at this point for what we've got. But I mean, that's okay. I've got smaller squeegees if we need them. So basically all you're looking for is to get a nice uniform color. I like to just flip it over. Keeps the air bubbles out as much as possible. Probably doing it wrong, but this is how I do it. And then we're going to squeeze all that out. Let me see, do I have a smaller under my license plate? Yep, let's go out to the Jeep. I really don't have time to screw around. So, bring it down here like this, and all I'm gonna do, see, I can see this where it's not smooth. That's a low spot. So we're just gonna take some of our putty, and bring it up just like that. Boom. Don't have to overdo it. Don't have to get crazy with it. Less is more. You can always add a little bit. So I'm going to call that good right here. This is still extremely rough. It's low. So a lot of this is actually going to be cut out, but I still want it to be as good as I can. Now I'm coming out this way because I want to be able to feather my edges this way. So this is a good way to be able to get it nice and smooth and tight up to the body, because this is where it's going to show, your bodywork is going to show. This is all going to be covered up by fender flare, so I'm not too concerned about it, but I definitely want to. So I'm putting a little more pressure this way. So once I get about halfway through, I'm putting a little bit more pressure just to make sure that we're gonna have to do a little bit less feathering. And that should be let's see here. Okay, good to go. This one here got a little bit right in here. Of course, that's still going to be covered up, but I just want it as good as we can get it. And let me raise you up here. The old tripod. We are on the DJI Action 4. I got rid of the Pocket 3 just because it got annoying, because it would lose me all the time, and it would never point. It would never show what I was wanting it to. I was talking to the camera, complaining to it more than I felt like I should. So time you can see an obvious divot someplace while you're putting it in, putting the filler in, throw it in there. So I'm gonna let that sit and bake for a little while, and we'll come back and hit it again. This stuff's supposed to be ready in about 15 minutes. See, I think it's already started to harden, because if you can see, this has got a lot of texture, so it's got some air bubbles in it, so it's not as smooth as I would like. And like this right here is a lot smoother. I can see I'm gonna have to put another coat on here, but that's okay. What I don't want to do is put it on too super thick. I just always kind of worry that it's not going to hold up. So some lighter coats. Let's see if I've got enough. This is all going to be covered up, but still, even though this is not a professional job, I still want it to be as good as it deserves, I guess. So, good enough for what we got, and we used up that entire pallet. So I'm going to go mix up another one and do the other side, and we'll be back. Okie doke, we are back, and this is after the second coat of body filler. This is just sanded down with 80 grit and feels really pretty smooth. I mean, obviously there's some texture in there, but that's because we've got 80 grit. Got one little spot right there. If you have only got one spot of something like that, I've got a solution for you. But if you've got to mix up some more, like I'm gonna need a little bit more right there, but otherwise this feels pretty good. I can still feel a ridge right here, but we'll get that down with the 220, and because that's as far as I'm going with this is 220. And I need to mix up some more here too, so I don't know if you can see in the camera. I think you probably can, this differential. So we've got smooth up in here. I got a little bit right there need to fill, but need to put another coat right here so you can see that where the texture difference. So definitely need to add some more right there. This is coming out pretty well. Need a little bit more right here, even though this is probably going to be cut out for the most part, but like I said, I just want to know where I'm at. So, and then you can probably see right here where we're a little bit low, and up there still haven't really messed with that a whole lot. Take you over here to the other side and show you what we've got going on, because we're doing the same thing off camera over here. But this is coming out really well. This side was actually way worse than the other side, and it's coming out pretty decent. So this is, I still have to sand this down, obviously, and got a ridge down here. We'll sand that down. And this is no longer a Jeep, it's a Jeer. So I'm not going to fix any of that. It's just going to be what it is, because those who will know will know. So we've got this filled in. So need to hit this with the 80 grit over here. I'll show you how it looks here in just a minute, and we'll keep on going. This glazing and spot putty is absolutely fantastic, and you can buy a bottle of this and it'll last you for a really long time. Again, you're gonna need to knead it, move it around, because it's got some liquid in there that needs to get moved around, mixed up. I've had this forever. I've actually got a couple of them, but it's going to come out a little bit different color. It's going to be really easy to see. So you're basically just gonna, how I do it, just stick it, put it on my finger, dab it on there, walk away. Okay, look who showed up. There's D. There he is, coming from under the Jeep. Anyways, this is the next day. I did want to show you, I've got the first coat of sandable primer on here. I did not sand it at all. I'll probably hit that with some 320 or 400, see what it looks like. Like I said, not going to go crazy making this super perfect, because the rest of it isn't super perfect, and it just is what it is. But this is the driver's side. I have not finished passenger side yet. We'll get to that tonight, but thought I'd let you see it.